Hey, it's me. Whew, I made it. So I thought that for my first live on here that I would talk a lot about how you want to change. That's why you're here, right? Because there's something about yourself that you want to change or you want to improve yourself. You want to go to the next level. And I got to be honest, like I almost chickened out of doing this because it's a bigger audience. When I first started, I didn't really know why I was doing it. It was something that I pushed myself to do, to challenge myself. And I guess, I realized that I wasn't the only one in the world that fucked themselves up along the road of life. And I started making real changes to my life and cutting out shit that didn't matter and people that didn't matter and cutting out those fears and thinking that, there were things I couldn't do. And I talk a lot about that little voice inside your head that tells you that you're not capable or, tries to protect you and scares the shit out of you. And people do that too, like your family, when you tell them, hey, I'm going to do this. And they're like, what? Like, you can't do that. You're crazy. You're setting yourself up for failure. Or you want to quit that job and start your own business. And your family's like, well, that's a stable job. And you shouldn't do that. And you're never going to be able to make money that way. And you're never going to be able to do that. And they're just really, most of them have good intention and they're thinking of your best, but there are haters too. They don't want to see you improve yourself or not be on their level. There's a lot of people like that. The thing you can't do is let fear stop you from anything. You can't let anyone stop you from where you want to be in your life. No one and nothing. Whether you want to lose weight or you want to start a business or, you want a family or a person, you focus on that goal and do whatever it takes to get there. And you don't let anyone or anything get in your way. And that's a key. You have to want it so badly that it's all you think about. And the thing is, you don't have to have it all figured out. You let the universe do that. What you have to do is take those little action steps every day, because you can't just sit on your ass and expect that your life is going to change. But you certainly cannot keep doing the same thing that you've been doing, that you are doing, and it's not benefiting you. And you can't let people change how you feel about yourself, because that feels ugly. Maybe someone broke your heart and you're like, oh my God, because that one person in the world didn't think you were the greatest, then you don't think you're the greatest either. That's something you absolutely cannot do, is let one person's opinion of you affect the way you think about yourself and keep you from doing the shit that you want to do. Do something so great with your life that they say, I can't believe I let that person pass me by. Do that. But don't waste your time hating people and disliking people, because it takes so much more energy to dislike a person than it does just to fucking ignore them. And that's what you have to do sometimes. You have to ignore all the noise that you put in your head, all the noise that's around you, because you can't look for outside validation and outside sources to make you who you are. Basically, don't allow that shit. You have to build it yourself, and you have to believe it yourself. You don't have to wait on other people to say, hey, I think you're fucking great. You don't have to do that. You think you're fucking great anyway. And you never let anything stop you. And don't forget that even if you're not where you want to be now, you have blessings. If you're alive, if you could breathe, if you could see, if you could smell, if you can love another human being, you're blessed. And don't forget that, because that's going to be your number one thing. It's a big ass world. There are 7 billion people in this world. You can't let the opinion of one make you who you are. You don't give up. You never, ever, ever give up. You have to just focus on that thing you want and just do it. And don't get stuck on the outcome being a certain way, because when you get disappointed that it's not going just the way you want it, that's when you want to give up. And that's not the thing to do. You never give up. You may not get that exact thing, but maybe get something better. Just maybe that could happen. You have to believe in possibilities. You have to believe, you have to have faith. You have to believe it before you see it. So many people are stuck on, I'll believe it when I see it, or I'll be happy when I get this thing, or when I lose a weight, or you got to be happy now. You got to love the person you are and accept yourself the way that you are. And if you want to change something about yourself that you are able to change, then do that. But you can't change the whole core of you. You can only change what you're doing right now. And if you're not where you want to be, that means you're doing something that you shouldn't be, or you're not doing something you should be. And you already know what that is. Like, people ask so many questions about a lot of things they already know the answer to. And deep down inside, you shouldn't be with that person, shouldn't be in that situation, shouldn't be getting fucked up on the weekend, shouldn't be, not going to the gym, shouldn't be eating that macaroni cheese every day, or cookies, or whatever you're eating. You know that already. It's just more comfortable to sit down and eat the cookies than it is to get your ass up and go to the gym after you worked all day. And you make excuses inside your head like, oh, I worked hard today, I'm tired. Not going today. Woo! And then you keep doing that over and over and over again. And you do it every day until, that's your habit. If you make habits that improve your life and that improve yourself, then that's a totally different thing. But it's not easy. It's hard when you're so used to doing this thing every day and all the time that you think you need that. And it's very hard to change it. You can't just go and be this amazing person. You have to change your thoughts around the person you are. You can't just go and make $1 million tomorrow. I mean, I guess you could, but it's not likely to happen if you don't get off the couch. You're not going to lose that weight if you don't start exercising. You're not going to change your shitty health if you continue to eat what you're always eating. It's not so easy to change. It's very hard. You have to get up earlier. You have to do the thing. You can't just keep being the way you are, or you're never going to be that person that you really want to be. So it takes you. And you have to remember that you're whole all by yourself, and that you don't need another person or thing to make you whole and make you who you are. And you can't accept another person into your life unless you've got that and you're whole on your own. You can't expect somebody to come in and save you. And you can't offer yourself up to another person when your life is a fucking mess either. That's not fair. And you can't keep bringing your past relationships into your current relationship, because that's not fair to the other person. So you've got to heal yourself, and that's the key. Heal your money, heal your body, heal your health, heal your mind. You have to stop thinking those fucked up thoughts. So that's pretty much where I'm coming from.
Did you want to go to something from the email, Lise?
Yeah, I think that would be great.
All right. Well, the first question is from Janice. She says, "Why is the dating scene these days so toxic?"
I think that's because social media makes it hard, and over the last couple of years everything has gotten worse and focused more around that because life was different and people weren't going out and weren't talking to each other. You can be whoever you want to be, and a lot of times people feel the need to be someone else other than who they are. So I don't think you can really get to know a person truly like that. I think you have to build a friendship. I think you have to have face to face. I think, well, that's very important. And I think that people have so many choices and options that they think, well, maybe that person's better. Maybe that person's better. People don't feel the need to communicate because you could just ignore someone or block someone. People don't want to be committed because they feel they don't have to be because there's 5 other people that are just fighting for their attention. Basically, I think it just takes 2 people who really want the same thing. And I think times have changed, and I think we need to do more face to face, and people need to be more open to that. Um, and I think that you have to stop focusing on how bad the dating scene is and focus on maybe how great the love of your life is going to be once you find them. And if you do that, maybe that'll bring a little more positive dating experience into your life.
I have another one if you're willing to take another one.
Yeah.
This is from a gentleman named Kenny. He says, "How do I know the universe is actually listening to me?"
Well, number one, if you don't believe it, then you're not going to know. So I would say start with something small, like you want to just find a quarter on the ground, and you focus on finding that quarter on the ground, and you see it in your mind on the ground, like, wow, there's a quarter. And you feel like, whoo, really, like, wow, it's really there. And you picture yourself picking it up and holding it in your hand. And if you do that, in your mind, you think it's easy to find a quarter. So maybe think of a 50. And I bet you, if you believe in it and you hold it in your mind and you feel it, you'll find the quarter, so to speak. And then you'll know the universe is speaking to you.
I actually have one more before we wrap. If you want to tackle one more,
Okay.
this one's from June. She says, "Do you believe in tarot, mediums, or palm readings?"
I do. Um, I like the tarot because it really does tell a story. However, I don't think it should control your life. The reason we don't know the future is because we ourselves have not created it yet. Tarot can maybe put you in a direction, but it will happen if you believe it. So don't, use that as, oh my God, this is written in stone. Because, like I said, the reason you don't know the future is because you just haven't written it. So if you really want your future a certain way, I suggest you write it down and manifest it.
What about mediums? She seemed like she was kind of focused on mediums.
Yes, I believe that. I mean, I myself channel stuff. I don't go on a script. I take it in as I feel it. Um, yeah, I believe that. And I believe that we are soul inside of a covering, like a gift, and you are. So when a person, moves on out of their body, I think it's possible to communicate because our soul never dies, it never goes away.
That is all I have from the email. If you want to um, tell people when we're going to be on next and all that good stuff and where they can find the Journey Coach, and then we can wrap it up for today and see everybody in 2 weeks.
So what's it, the 28th?
Should be the 28th, correct? Yeah.
Okay, so I'll be here the 28th at 7 p.m. and I hope you're here. And you won't see me on Facebook for a little bit because I'm restricted, but I'm going to do TikToks and I'm going to try to branch out and do other things, but you will see me here. And I'm going to obviously do more work on here. So we'll focus on that. And I'll see y'all on the 28th. I love you. I'll see ya.